Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? Yes, I got new glasses. And no, Stephanie Joe, it's not because I'm getting older. Stephanie Joe Roundtree, one of my subscribers, she called me yesterday and I was telling her that I was just getting back from the eye doctor. And I told her that I now have to wear 2 different pairs of eyeglasses. And she said, welcome to the old club. And I said, shut up. So I have a lot to talk about today. So arm yourselves. Arm it with coffee. Definitely chocolate. Because, wow. You know, it's crazy pants. I know I'm uploading later than usual, but I had a lot to do around here today too. Anyway, so, and then tomorrow night, get ready, because it's a very good possibility, but like 95% chance that Trish and I will be going live. So be there, be square, about 7 o'clock, okay? So, what we're going to be talking about in today's video are pretty much all of the warnings that you guys have been sending to me, okay? And, you know, I can't stress this enough, okay? When I say that you guys are like my boots on the ground, all right? You guys are... because you live not just everywhere in the country, but in other parts of the world, all right? And it's so important that I keep up my communication with you guys. It really is. Now, I know sometimes it takes me a day or two to get back to you via email, or even, you know, if I just respond via video. But it's just because I get so many emails every single day. But I just want you to know that I do appreciate you, and I love every single one of you. And you're all my friends and my family, okay? So, when that first sip just hits your soul. Cinnamon sugar cookie. Could you go wrong? Didn't think so. So, this subscriber, she said, I just wanted to tell you what happened this week. My husband and I went shopping, and when we got home with our haul, he looked at me after helping to put everything away, and he said, I think we have enough. Now we can stop. Ouch. I told him we can't stop till we are forced to stop, and there's nothing in the stores. He said, we have more food than Walmart. I laughed and said, yep. Now we can shoot for having more than Sam's. He just grinned and said, whatever. A few days later, I told him we needed to replenish his supply of nose spray. He has bad sinuses. Well, he prefers the Dollar General brand, so he stopped at a few while on duty, and every store was out. We went to the ones that were further away. Same thing. All out. He finally got with the manager, and she could order him some, but only 3 boxes. We now hit every one we can, every time. They're out. He's no longer saying we have enough. Yeah. Her husband is experiencing something prepper burnout. And we're all experiencing that at some point in our journey. And, you know, this is not something new. Okay? We all experience this. We all get to a point where we say, enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. When is it going to stop? When can I just sit down and relax and not think about prepping anymore? We can't. Look at what's going on around you. Look at what's going on in the world. These shortages, these, recalls, they're not ever going to stop. They're not going to stop until they starved us out. And, it's sad and it sucks. And it's just the way that it is. And I know I'm like you, and I know you're like me, and you want to be prepared for such an event. Yeah? Because who the hell wants to starve or go scrounging around for food? Why not prepare now? So you don't have to go and do things like that. On to this. A subscriber said that Lead Farmer 73, he did a video about Evergreen brand garden compost. Do any of you buy that? I don't. He opened 2 bags and was full of termites. Oh, Lord. She said, I almost bought it because it's a lot cheaper. I'm glad we spent the money for Black Cow. That's what I buy, is Black Cow, okay? And granted, it stinks to high heaven, but that's because it's cow manure. But it's the best fertilizer compost that I have ever spent my money on. That's why my fruit trees and my bushes, my fruit bushes, do so well every single year. And they thrive wonderfully. And they keep coming back every single year. So, she said Evergreen brand is sold at the big box stores, so watch out. Okay, so there it is. Do not buy the Evergreen brand. I've only ever bought Black Cow. It comes in a yellow bag, and it's actually got a picture of a black cow on the front. And it stinks to high heaven. But when I tell you it is the best, it's the best. Okay? So, this subscriber, she said, as we all prepare to live like our forefathers did in the 1800s, knowledge is what we all need. Yeah. Do you stock up on books? I do. And I'm not just books like novels or things like that. Cookbooks, books of knowledge, things that you want to learn, things like that. Okay. She said, of course, no one can learn everything about living in that time. Nor can we have all the skills, which is why I have been buying old or antique cookbooks. Today, my daughter picked up the mail, and my newest edition was here. And this book I highly recommend for every kitchen. Some of the information in it is out of date, like how to set a table or etiquette of their time. However, the most valuable information can be found in the back of the book. In this section of the book are recipes for making remedies. Oh, beautiful. Some of the words used in the remedies are not used anymore, and we will need to be researched for today's vocabulary. There are recipes on making soap and cleaning jewelry, glue, cement for repairing china, glass, just to mention a few. I'm not saying that the remedies will work, but I am one who believes our forefathers are smarter than we give them credit for, and some may be a benefit. The book is called The White House Cookbook. The 1887 edition is in reprint, which is the copy I bought for $4.99. So the expense is small for the reprint. The original copies can get a bit pricey. So this is a recommendation that I think might be of use for others. All right, so I'm going to look for the link, and then if I find it, it'll be in the description box below. So here are 3 pictures that she sent. Okay. Oh, it's awesome. Awesome. So here's this. My daughter-in-law was here a few nights ago. They have a 5-week-old baby. Like everyone else, we have a severe formula shortage. Okay. I've noticed that basic Enfamil powder in the blue can is usually still around. She freaked out when she said that the formulas she's approved for through WIC are never there. She's been having to pay full price for whatever is there. Riddle me this, Batman. Why in the hell, in a nationwide shortage, could WIC benefits, not just blanket-wise, be used for any brand? I'm not sure. I'm not sure why WIC wouldn't just, approve any kind of brand. Maybe they have contracts. That could be, why the government only pays for certain brands. I'm not really sure. Okay. This is another BS government contract. I looked it up. Yes, it only covers certain brands. It varies state by state. OMG. Really? Feed our babies. My granddaughter doesn't care what brand she gets. Our town in West Tennessee has had hundreds of illegals dumped off on us this past week. My Wally World was full of them yesterday. I'm livid that the powers that be won't use what we have to care for our veterans, our seniors, or our children, while running our country with illegals. Each and every one of the masses I saw yesterday had brand new clothes on, new shoes, $75 baseball hats, and absolutely full buggies of food, while on new cell phones. I was sweet and kind to them. I'm not mad at them. I'm completely livid at the bozos running this shite show. Where are they housing all of them? Our old, rundown, low-income county can't support this. The schools are a joke here. How do they expect to teach our English-speaking kids in this town with a rush of non-English-speaking children? We don't have the city tax revenue or the availability of translators for this. Needless to say, this grandma is fed the hell up. I'll have a glass of vino. Love you, doll. I love you. Tell Trish, hey, from Tennessee, we miss her. Well, you guys just might see her tomorrow night. All right. I get it, okay? I get, the whole thing with the baby formula. I do, Like I've said in previous videos, my nephew, who's 24, he recently became a dad 6 months ago, and he has another one on the way with his fiance. So believe me, I understand, okay? There's not much that can be done on our end except to take the recipe that I have put up in many, many videos and start stocking up on those ingredients, okay? So, there's going to be another link in the description box below. This subscriber said, I was watching your video and you mentioned that BlackRock and Vanguard own most of the food industry. Well, it's even worse. They own almost everything. Oh, yeah, they do. She said, I watched a video a while back on it, and I will add the link for you. Thank you for everything you do. Blessings from the Netherlands. Well, thank you, sweetheart. I love you. So it's a Rumble video. Okay, so that link will be in the description box below for you guys. All right, so here's something. We were talking the other day about protein and gelatin, okay? This subscriber, he said, don't bother with the little packets of gelatin, the little tiny ones that you get in the little box. He said, buy the big container of it. Okay, you can generally find those at Walmart's. He said just add it to a little bit of it to soups for added protein when things are on the slim pickings side. He said he majored in nutrition, and it's really going to come in handy. Okay, so if you're looking for that gap that you didn't know that you had in your pantry, start buying the big container of gelatin. All right, I didn't know I had this gap in my pantry, but now that I do, I'm going to start stocking up on it. So thank you, South Dakota Prepper, for that. All right, so you figure out what to buy, what to grow, and the best way of preserving it. Yeah. So with this one, because he majored in nutrition, all right, I take his word on it. All right, listen to him. He knows this shite. Okay, so yeah, that's very good information. Thank you, sweetheart. So this subscriber, she lives in Prague, which is, you know, in the Czech Republic. She said, today I was reading from the Ministry of the Interior from the Czech Republic. All right. She said, now this link was made in 2003. Now, just because something was in 2003 does not mean that it is not important for today, okay? It's the disaster handbook for Czech Republic. But in recent days, I discovered it in English on the useful information tab for the Ministry of Interior. It leaves one to wonder, considering Germany yesterday, maybe 2 days ago for us here, but yesterday for you, I think, has advised its citizens to have, now listen to this, 10 days of food on hand in the event of an emergency. Now, if Prague in the Czech Republic is saying, you know what, guys, I think it's time that you have at least 10 days worth of food, what does that say to the rest of the world? Huh? All right. So it said something along the lines of the event of cyber attack or attack of the water and power grid or war. So considering what's going on, do they really think people are not waking up yet? Oh, babe, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Yeah. So she said, I saw someone buying loads of packing tape the other day, and I was thinking to myself, probably something we should have more of considering the amount of windows we have. Ah, yeah. That's, packing tape. Or, you know, not just packing tape. You know, the tape that I really like is, you know, that Gorilla tape? That. I like the Gorilla tape. You know what I'm talking about? She said, P.S. My pantry came in handy last week when I went to make spaghetti. And we didn't have any sauce in the cupboard. My mom, Mama 4 days, I ain't got time to make my own. Oh, I can show you how to make sauce. So she said, I wandered on down to the market across the street to find none on the shelf. And the brand they had on hand was gross and twice as much money. Don't worry, it was back in stock the next day, and I was able to buy 3 more. One to replace the one in the pantry I took out, and 2 more because it was delicious. You goof. So that link, I have it right here. Obviously, it's going to be in the description box below. It's the In Case of Danger Citizens Handbook, Civilian Crisis Management. I'll read a little bit of it. It says, in life, we can witness situations that we call emergencies because they come without warning and endanger lives and health. They can cause huge property and environmental damage and can originate from the ill effects of human activities, from natural causes, or from a combination of these. Such emergencies can include floods and tornadoes, industrial failures resulting in toxic leaks, big road accidents, large fires, and terrorist attacks. The handbook provides general instructions and recommendations to be followed when we find ourselves in a kind of a threat to life and health, property, or environment in consequence of an emergency. They are not intended to be and cannot be comprehensive because each kind of emergency requires a different approach. Don't forget to be lucky, be prepared. To be lucky, be prepared. This has nothing to do with luck. That's just a very odd way of putting things. Why would you word it like that? Be lucky. Okay, so that link will be in the description box below. What the heck? Okay, so here's another warning coming at you. So the link will obviously be in the description box below, okay? But Amazon, okay, wants to read your palm. Yeah. So when did they become palm readers? So they're going to tell me my future. I'll shut up. So that's the premises behind the company's latest high-tech payment system called Amazon One, O-N-E. And it's currently available in more than 60 locations across the United States, including Amazon Go stores, Amazon Fresh grocery stores, Whole Foods, and Amazon assorted physical bookstore locations. Yeah. And to use Amazon One, there is an initial setup process, but it only takes about a minute. You start by putting a card into the reader that's already linked to your Amazon account, a credit or debit card that you already use when you shop on Amazon. Then next you have to hover your palm over the reader, all right? And it takes a scan of one palm and then the other palm. And there's a nifty little animation on the screen to let you know how high to hover your hand and where. And then finally, you confirm your Amazon account on a computer screen and your card is now linked to your palm. I know. Just say, so, I mean, I don't know. I'm not doing it. I suggest you guys don't even touch it. I mean, who would? But that's just, creepy. So here's another one coming at you. She said, my brother, who had gone to our closest Walmart at 9 o'clock at night and couldn't find anyone to check him out. So he was forced to use the mark of the beast lane, she calls it. Knowing this, the next day, I went to the second closest and larger Walmart and thought I'd check first before shopping, ahead of walking out in a huff. Now, I believe I see why the stores have been remodeled. They had recently put in a multitude of very short belted aisles, which were similar in size to the MOTB lanes or the prior less than 20 items lanes. And she said, but what, pissed me off was that they did indeed have normal checkout lanes, but they were labeled as assisted checkout, as if we had that problem and needed help navigating computer systems like assisted living. It is my belief that once a digital-only currency is instituted, there will be no checkers at all, no writing checks at all, which is my usual thing, she said, nor any cash use allowed. Then these lanes are already there anyway and can be easily altered. There are small stores in China which don't even have these aisles. The prices are read by Wi-Fi on a phone. So you just take what you want, walk out the door, no humans anywhere. I'm finding out now, since I'm boycotting Walmart, that it's difficult to avoid. The butter I buy, $3.78 at Walmart's, but at a real grocery store is like $8. And it wasn't even available at all. Organic Valley milk is higher priced elsewhere, but not as bad as the Kerrygold butter. Yeah, my husband Sean, he loves that Kerrygold butter. And milk hasn't been available for about 2 weeks. Hit pay dirt yesterday. I'm boycotting Walmarts because they refuse to allow non-genetically altered humans to have paid sick days. Of course, the ones who were good little sheep and took the experimental gene therapy got paid sick time. The Congress of Chile had a bill put forward granting non-discriminatory hiring rights. Their words, not mine. I don't know if it was passed, and I'd like a copy of the bill or the law. Sounds like a good winter project. By the way, I'm also boycotting Walgreens and CVS for the same reason. IKEA and Delta have the same abomination as well. Oh, Lord. So on to this. This subscriber, she got a call yesterday, okay? And the lady, she said, couldn't find formula for her month-old baby. And she was frantic. She goes, but I wasn't. I wasn't because I had been pleading with her to start stocking up since September of last year. She sent her and others comprehensive lists to work from. One for food, the other one for supplies. She and many others blew me off. They laughed at me, while others railed me. Some stopped talking to me because I wouldn't let go. So 2 days ago, her mother's pastor/prophet told them at church to immediately convert their money to supplies. That's why she went out to get another jar of formula for her child and couldn't find any. She was working through only 1 jar of formula. What's wrong with people? I don't get it. If you stock up and the sky doesn't fall, well, now you have food bought at a good price. You're not buying the items for me, you're buying them for you. I told her to get on YouTube and find videos on other ways to feed your baby. It doesn't matter. Why does it take, okay, they won't listen to us, but yet if their pastor or their minister or their priest or whatever, now if they say something, oh, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I know. I get it. Believe me. I hear you. Okay? So, this. I was talking on the phone this morning to a former student who is an independent trucker. He was filling up his truck in Virginia as we were talking. It was $6 a gallon. It cost him $1,000 to fill up. He filled up yesterday in Pennsylvania, and it cost $7 a gallon. He told me his truck payment was $2,800 a month. The insurance on the truck was $2,500 a month. Insurance on the trailer, $1,200 a month. Liability insurance for the load he was hauling around, $1,000 a month. This guy is a go-getter and makes hay when the sun is shining. All of these costs will be passed on to the customers. Brace yourselves for what's ahead. Couldn't have said it better myself. Before I go, this subscriber says, please tell our family to be careful. I bought the last 2 packages of fresh chicken breast at Walmart a few months ago and pressure canned them in the same day. I noticed when I opened it, one of the packages did not have the plastic pad paper that's usually under it, you know, like that paper stuff that like soaks up all like the juices. Okay, that's what she's talking about. I thought weird, but all right. Cleaned the 2 packages, rinsed them, cubed them up for jars. When I took it out to cool down, oh my God, the chicken chunks were all together, so no way to tell which package did this. The chicken meat cubes looked like they were wearing black fishnet stockings. The bottom of the naked tray was like a waffle styrofoam matching the pattern, whatever this stuff was, and it penetrated the meat, not just the surface. Do you think they're spraying the trays? My first thought was graphite, but it's not magnetic. My daughter said, Mom, you have to tell people. If you would have cooked this traditionally, you would have not have seen this after grilling or seasoning it, or it appeared after I canned it, not visible to the unsuspecting customer. I would never buy meat from Wally World again. Frightening, sickening. Needless to say, I wasted money, time, food. Wow. Strange. So, these are the pictures, all right? It literally looks like, I can't explain it, but I'm going to put the pictures in. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping. And as always,